And we're live. Welcome, everybody. Welcome.
Hi.
Good evening, Mega City. Tonight in the People's Court, we bring the people versus Rain o' Fire Fraser. Who will win? How are you all doing tonight, Brockton Bay Book Club?
Good.
You doing
As
well?
always,
We're all
better
merged
than
out.
rain.
Fantastic.
Better than rain.
Honestly,
those of
better
you who have
than
never-
most of them.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, we are a podcast that is just going over Ward by J.C. McCrae, arc by arc, and we're reading it and just doing a little book club on it. Here we have the hosts, myself, Alan, Hannah,
Hello.
Jacob,
Yeah, hello.
Nick,
Hello there.
and our producer, Michael.
Hello. Welcome.
There we go. Yes. So as always, we try to avoid spoilers for future stuff. I am the only one who has read ahead. The rest of these lovely book club members are first timers. So watch your spoilers in chat. Otherwise, if you'd like to contribute to spoilers, we have a word spoilers channel in our Discord that you can be a part of, and you can talk about everything there and contribute to the bingo sheet that we put out. Now, this week we read a rather short section, so the bingo sheet is a little lacking, but I'm sure next week will be a very fun one. It is in the description of the YouTube channel if you'd like to play along. But yeah, other than that, our fun patron content, which we are still working on, and I have some ideas for some fun ones, including some PowerPoint slideshow type stuff. Getting into it, this week we read arc 7.1 to 7.4 because there is a huge interlude arc in the middle of this. It's very short for our reading purposes, but we did it. And initial thoughts, Hannah.
It's short. It's short. But I feel like we've got some good stuff, good like inner dynamics of the group stuff going on here. And we got a lot from Victoria. So like I feel like even though we're not getting a lot of action, we're getting a lot of like emotional action. So I was here for it.
Jacob.
Yeah, fun couple chapters. Even by chapter length standards, they felt short. I don't know if that was true or not, but
Yeah.
I read through them pretty quick. Yeah, but yeah, we'll obviously get into it. But not a lot happens plot wise, but good conversations, good character building. I'm curious why Wildbow broke it up here for some interludes because nothing really sets up interludes too much. So I'm really curious why. Well, I guess we'll find out next time.
And Nick.
Yeah, pretty similar. I get the foreboding sense this is sort of a calm before a storm kind of little section here. I don't know exactly what is going to happen. I did note that at the bottom of 7.4, in addition to the usual next chapter link, there was a button that had the gold morning symbol, and it also led to Eclipse. So I don't know if they're related. Eclipse and Gold Morning are related. I saw some people in the original comment speculating on Wildbow's webpage there. So no spoilers, of course, because they were reading it in time as well.
Yes.
But yeah, very interesting. I'll be
I'll
interested
read
to see what happens. Yeah.
Fun fact that Fran pointed out that Torch 7.4 is the shortest Wards chapter. It's only like 2,000 words, which, it's like 4 pages, a little over 4 pages. But for our boy Wildbow is ridiculous. And that's because he put that out the same day that Eclipse X.1 also came out.
Okay, gotcha.
And we'll get into what the interlude, it's like 10 chapters of interlude chapters in the middle of this pertain to the next time we read. And Vic, as you put it out, look at all those Brockton Bay Book Club shirts. Yes. We have
We're repping.
the lovely set there and the Brockton Bay's shirt as well, all of which you can purchase if you'd like. Speaking of purchasing things, we've often forgot to mention this, but this episode of the Brockton Bay Book Club is in fact sponsored by Maid Marian. Maid Marian creates custom cottagecore and Ren Fair clothing designed for every body. Whether you're looking at lace-up bodice, rustic apron, and pinafores, or ethereal dresses, you'll find items customized for each individual's fit and design. All items are lovingly hand-sewn with attention to detail and a touch of whimsy. Visit Maid Marian today and transform your wardrobe with clothing that feels as enchanting as it looks. Find Maid Marian on Etsy at etsy.com, the shop / Maid Marian, the Maid Marian.
Made spelled
Good job.
M-A-D-E.
Maid spelled
M-A-D-E.
M-A-D-E.
And Marion spelled with an O, not an A. It's complicated. That's why there's a link in the description below.
There is a link in the description below. All right.
Heck yeah.
Vic, it's a mouse.
Let's get into it.
What?
I'm trying to figure that out, but I'm sure we'll figure it out later. All right. Moving straight in, Nick.
7.1.
Give us that chapter description.
Let's do it. 7.1. Victoria does physical therapy. Nobody knows what happened to those caught by the portals. We chat with Kinsey's dad. Vicky's new therapist finds her, and the team goes to see Rain and Ashley at their tribunal. The physical therapy bit, that was interesting to me. Just like imagining, yeah, these are superheroes, but they're not like the typical comic heroes who, you know, like nameless Batman movie, get shot in the chest with a shotgun and walk it off kind of thing. She got shot in the arm. She doesn't have healing power. There's not a healer nearby. She has to do legit physical therapy to actually get better. That kind of sucks.
Yeah.
I'm glad Wildbow included a bit of that because Victoria definitely comes across as more invulnerable than she is. And with Taylor was the polar opposite. Taylor got hurt like every arc, like blown up, ripped in half, monster body, you know, all sorts of stuff. She was very, very mortal. And I felt like we were losing a bit of that with Victoria. Not that I minded because she's such a different character, but it's neat to kind of bring that back a little bit because that's such a trope for his world of capes being, you know, not bulletproof. So good to see.
Yeah.
I like a little bit of it. I think it's like you said, it brings us down back to earth a little bit. And anytime we have some of this like downtime, some of the like regular life, that like little peek into the world, I really enjoy. And also I just love the physical therapist. I think she's so cute and she's so bubbly and so happy, and I love that. She's just being such a sweetie pie.
Yeah.
I also don't trust her. Nobody should be too happy in this world.
Hey, look, some of us are just happy all the time. I said us. I actually, I don't know why I said us. This is not any of us.
That's fine. Podcast or not.
What?
It's our patrons. Our patrons are happy.
We don't exude bubbly joy every second of every day. Come, Hannah. Surely at least one of them.
Speaking of things that fucking suck, they mentioned dry sockets, and it reminded me that I did in fact have dry socket one time, and that was fucking miserable.
Yeah, no, that ain't it.
I'm good.
Woof.
Yeah, I think it was after I got my like wisdom teeth removed, and let me tell you, you only pull so many baby carrot pieces out of that empty socket, you know, before it starts to really wear on you.
Eating.
No.
Apologies.
It's even worse because I'm allergic to carrots.
That's true. He is.
Why are you eating them then in the first place?
Because I liked baby carrots, and I didn't know I was allergic
until he was an adult that he was allergic to most raw fruit and veggies.
That's hilarious.
Which kind of
just imagining you being like, "Oh, don't you guys love how spicy baby carrots are?" And everybody, they're not supposed to be.
Don't you love it when you eat raw apples and your throat feels so scratchy? Isn't that so weird? But if I
crazy
coated
that-
it
it's
enough,
crazy.
if I coated him enough caramel, it won't work.
That's
right?
true,
The
actually.
apple
That's a
can't catch
scientific
ya.
fact. You coated it enough caramel, you can eat apples and not have an
That's-
allergic reaction.
You know, or you
Don't-
just
don't-
don't.
Test that.
No,
if you have
okay,
an
first
apple
off,
allergy
it's
out there
just
in
like-
the world.
It's
Don't
just a
try the
crazy coincidence that I got sick with a sore throat every time I ate fruit, okay? That was just, you get sore
not
throat a
all
lot of
fruit.
it, you know?
hmm
And then the next
Oh,
day you're
man.
fine.
The
Somewhere
things
I
you
have a
discover as an
picture
adult.
of Alan after his wisdom teeth surgery because I
Oh,
was hanging
shoot.
out with him,
What?
Yeah. and he's
When
wearing
was-
he's
Nice.
wearing a military winter hat because it had a strap that went
I
around his
remember that
Yes.
chin,
picture.
Oh my
I remember
Oh
that
my
picture. Yeah.
god.
and in I guess against his face he had a bunch of
Mhm.
ice packs just pressed against his face with this military hat on.
Yeah,
have to
it's the
find it.
like, you know, it like straps
Sweet
up here.
baby.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. Then you
Yeah.
like strap it
Mhm.
and like pull it down here, and because it's a
Oh,
big
yeah.
old thing, I just shoved ice packs in there and hold on my face.
Yep.
Tried to take oxy, which actually is like the first time I ever took pain medication. Period.
Mhm.
I like never took ibuprofen or aspirin before that. I just went straight to oxy.
Wow.
because your
And
mom-
I
Talk
didn't
about
like
diving
it.
in the deep.
Yeah,
Your
I
mom,
didn't
like,
take
snake
aspirin
oil
or
and such.
ibuprofen for the first time until like I think after college.
Yep.
Dang.
But, you know.
It was
Do you
all that
just
snake
exist
oil.
in pain and
Life.
just think there's nothing you can do about it? Is that just how you live?
I assume
well.
so. I
Well,
assume
my
that's how
pain was just
Alan and Taylor just live
physical-
their life. Just
Yeah.
soap
Okay,
and carrot.
first off,
Yeah.
the pain was just like pain is weakness leaving the body. Write that down. Second,
Sure.
I did so many physical activities that like I doubt ibuprofen would have done anything. Like the way life goes is you do things, you're sore, and then you get up the next morning and you get over it. Like
What about
that-
like
that was
headaches?
I didn't. Well, headaches were a once a year occurrence. I wasn't
Oh
a
my
woman. I don't
God.
get headaches.
Wow. Wow. Alan
Okay.
out here starting reigniting
Wow,
the
what
trend.
Michael,
opinion.
kick him out.
What
Kick him
opinions
out.
we got.
He's out.
He's
He's
from
out.
a-
He's
What
gone.
an opinion we have here.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for coming back to the show. I'm our new host, Hannah. Alan is going to be no longer with us anymore. He's actually dead. His body's been shoved down a manhole.
Took too many pain
Sorry, we,
medications.
To be
medications.
fair,
He
this
took
is
too
a
much
continuation.
ibuprofen.
I
and
had
he
a
died.
I had a conversation earlier today in which I didn't say that because the woman in the conversation said that. So
He's just
you know.
quoting someone. It's fine. It's
I'm
fine.
just quoting.
He's trying to save face here.
That doesn't
You-
mean
you
I won't
knew
kill
it.
you.
I'll say worse.
No, please don't. Please don't.
Who wants to trigger? Come on, test me.
Hey, look, Maid Marian's going to pull their funding.
Oh no!
Oh, there goes our one and only sponsor.
Damn it!
Our one and only sponsor forever.
All right.
Oh,
Let's
man.
see other fun things
Yeah.
in
Never
this.
said another one again.
I forget who said it. Probably Chris. I think it gave us a little Latin.
yeah.
Ex nihilo, next nihilo nihil fit, which is just
What does it
nothing comes
mean?
from nothing.
Classic Chris.
Nihil, like nihilus?
At a
Like
as a
nihilism?
Yeah.
nil, as a nothing. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Hey.
That's damn
We
Latin.
should all know ex nihilo because in the Latin translation, the Vulgate translation of the Bible, ex nihilo is like the out of nothing God created everything.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nick's just
remember
thinking
shit.
about the
Yeah.
jellyfish Pokemon.
Pulling out of nothing.
Oh,
Pulling it.
I thought you were doing a
Also the
jellyfish for
Pokemon, yes.
Nihilago.
Yep.
Yeah.
Something like
Oh,
that. Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yep.
Also that too.
Weird.
Yeah.
We got
when Pokemon got into aliens.
yeah. We got conversation with Kenzie's dad. A little more.
Oh,
Kenzie's
yeah.
dad.
Oh, my God.
He came
Why is
across way
Kenzie's
more
dad such
normal
a
in this arc.
badass?
Yeah.
Like, where did he
Yeah.
come from?
It not helping the case, the theory that Kenzie is artificially created cool parents. Which
I-
I still-
He's cool
Okay, I
dad.
100% was thinking that. I was like, because she's like, I didn't know about that. I'm like, Kenzie, you programmed that. What do you mean you didn't know about that? You wrote that code. I was like, cool dad has been shot 3 times.
yeah.
That's cool
Yeah.
dad.
Ugh.
Yeah, no, definitely felt. I don't know. The more I'm thinking about it now, the more I'm wondering if maybe we're wrong about them being more on the like her parents were supervillains who were trying to go straight or something like that.
See, that'd be cool.
And that's
too.
why they're so aloof and like socially awkward, because they're also like superheroes and supervillains, but they're like trying to not like Kinsey doesn't know maybe Kinsey while trying to go straight. You know, like it's kind of a
Yeah.
They're just trying to be
What if
as
theory.
inobtrusive as possible, and so they're like,
exactly.
don't do
They're trying to be
anything,
as
don't give
inoffensive
them
and
anything.
inobtrusive as exactly.
Yes. Yeah,
Or
yeah.
like to add to that, right? Maybe they're like you know, they were a couple, they were kind of like low-level supervillains, and the PRT was like, all right, listen, we got this problematic girl. You guys say you want a shot at redemption. Give it to you. We want you to rehabilitate this girl, help her. She wants to be a hero, but she's kind of got some issues. Try
Oh
to
my
help her
God.
out, you know?
I like that actually.
I still feel like they could
It's
be
another
like
theory.
night and fog coded, you know?
Yeah.
That would be
Not all mentally there.
crazy.
Yeah.
Although Night and Fog are a different level of weird. They're
That's true.
cosplaying
That's true.
1950s housewife and house husband is
Yeah.
They could be reprogrammed.
they could yeah
You know?
yeah. Ay caramba.
Cool modern day dad who's been shot 3 times and used to be in a gang, but now I drive a
Yeah.
minivan. Yeah, that's what we all want.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing though. He said he was in a gang. Like, what if he
Yeah.
in a villain group and then was like, I don't think this is for me anymore. I don't know.
I can see it.
What if he's
I can
what
see
if he's
it.
a loyal sniper? We don't know.
Oh
Hey,
my god.
What gang? Ooh.
Right.
That's true.
Exactly.
Which
Yeah.
one?
Not the ABB or Empire 88. I can be pretty sure of
No.
that.
No.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
For
Probably
reasons.
safe there.
Yeah.
Also, I feel
for
like
a
if they
few
were
reasons.
like the reason why they're my reasoning against this, by the way, this is my devil's advocate thought, is that Victoria knows, like, obviously Victoria doesn't know every cape to have ever existed, but I feel like she's had a pretty good like finger on the pulse of villains in general, and like if they were bigger villains, she might know who they are and potentially like,
Yeah, that's true.
although she might not know their faces. See, I'm talking myself out of it even as I'm saying it.
Yeah.
Vic makes a good point. Maybe her dad is the real one, and Kenzie is the program. Have you ever thought about that?
Ooh.
Think about
Siberian
it. Have you
situation?
ever seen her being born?
We
Have we? We've never
We
seen
have
her
not
being
seen-
born.
Have you ever seen her and her birth in the same room together? That's right, you haven't.
True.
So stupid.
Oh.
I love it, but it's so stupid.
See, she would trigger much how like I have a family member who will not be named videotaped the birth of her children. So like maybe that was Kenzie's
No.
trigger, was she watched the videotape as a child, like even younger child, and was like, "Oh my gosh, that's where babies come from," and
Oh my
triggered.
god. You
Mhm.
should not film that.
Yeah.
That should
I
not
think
be
there's a home
filmed.
video of my older brother burying his own placenta. As a
And right
kid.
there,
There he
is.
Okay.
That's
That's
parents
great.
were hippies.
That's-
Jacob's
Moving on.
face right now.
Let me
I was
interrupt.
deciding
real-
whether or not to go home,
Yeah.
but we're fine.
Just turn the camera
You
off.
are home.
We're done.
You are just.
Yeah.
Just it's over.
We're done.
Yeah. Nick,
That's
you're
the end.
you're clipping a little weird or something, so just maybe move your mic up a
You
little
are
bit.
clipping a smidge.
It's almost
Maybe.
like it's not when it's ducking down when you're getting quiet, it cuts out completely. So
Oh,
I
I
think you
see,
just
I
need to
see.
speak more into your mic.
I can do that.
You sound good when you are.
Producer Michael in action, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
Keeping
Thank
us
you.
sounding good at all times.
Otherwise, how are we
Anyways.
feeling? Anything else we want to talk about in 7.1 other than
Uh,
Kenzie parents?
Yes.
This is a bit. Yeah, this is a bit more in 7.2, but I like Victoria's new therapist, and I feel like she is so mean to him.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, Hannah's
Oh,
muted.
now Hannah's.
Can't hear Hannah.
Hannah muted herself.
No,
Oh, there you are.
There we
Okay,
go.
Hannah.
That would have been funnier if we kept
What
it
were you
as a
saying?
bit.
no. What I was saying is like, I agree. We need to have a whole thing on him because all of my notes are literally from 7.2 in their conversation. But we need to talk about something he says here.
Mm.
I'm
Okay.
sorry. He went to a wedding with Miss Yamada?
Not their wedding, Hannah.
No, not their wedding.
Yeah, but it's like a date situation, right?
It's like a date
Yeah.
situation. Oh,
As
and he's like,
colleagues.
oh yes, I went with
As
her to a
colleagues.
wedding. Oh, as a friend. We're like, uh-huh.
Mhm.
Every
Listen,
ship is possible.
if anybody deserves to
right.
get some,
Michael, play the clip.
No, we don't need it.
No, we don't
No,
have time.
Whole thing.
We
Run
don't
it.
have time. We don't have time.
I'm sorry, we don't have time when we're already.
Every
a fourth
ship
of the
is
way through this
possible. You,
podcast.
you have a
No.
bay full of these ships, and any one of them could set sail. Now, are some of these even boats? No, they're not even in the water. This one, for instance, the thirst trapping isn't even technically for Taylor. It's for the people who are shipping these people.
That's right.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Right.
That's why I'm
Never-
here.
and let that be a lesson to all of you.
I gotta pee. I'll be
No,
right
All right.
I did get the sense that I didn't get the sense. I can't speak tonight. I felt like there was a lack of urgency in trying to, figure out what happened to Miss Yamada. Like they're all sad, but it did feel like they had
Yeah.
already accepted
No.
worst
Yeah.
case scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Well,
like-
I mean, yeah, the portals are just a miss. I do feel like there's a lack of urgency in the portal. It's almost like,
Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
crap, a quarter of the city blew up. There's portals. What do? We
Is
can't go.
What do we do?
Maybe they can't go in them. Maybe they're not like,
Yeah,
they
it
just
could be.
broke them. They can't go in or out.
Yeah.
I mean, is this the chapter where Victoria says that, like, oh, well, there's two options. Either they were torn apart or they're in some other space with, like, Nilbog and Slaughterhouse 9 members. But I'm sure it's fine. Like, both options bad. But, like, do we not have a cape that can, like, see through dimensions or something and just check? Like, the fact that
Yeah,
this
right.
is all just like, shrug, like, no.
I think her name is Labyrinth,
no.
and I think she's MIA.
Yeah.
She,
Yeah, where's
she was
Labyrinth?
in the portal. She's gone.
We need her.
Yeah, no, for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious to
Wait,
see
Labyrinth.
what the development is on that. Because like conventional rules of storytelling. If there's no body, then we're not sure yet. But also, this is
Exactly.
Wildbow, and he tends to
Yeah.
write very literally. And if the center of town exploded, you can kind of assume that anyone there died.
The center
so
of town
like,
exploded and
yeah.
everyone's dead.
So
Yeah.
so I'm
Yeah.
I'm curious.
I'm still gonna hold to my theory that it's a cooperation between the Fallen and the religious of the Earth Sea. And yeah.
Sweet.
I think that'll be what we do. Oh yeah, Doormaker as well. Doormaker intentional.
Isn't
Doormaker die?
Doormaker? I thought he died. I thought Taylor
Didn't he have a heart
used him up.
attack?
Yeah, didn't
He
he?
used him up.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
then
well-
she had to switch to using the combination of Labyrinth and I forget
Yeah.
who else. After
Yeah.
Yeah.
Needed.
Doormaker may have gotten hit by Scion as well. He may not have. He
Yeah.
got used up as well as getting
Mhm.
yeeted by Scion, perhaps. I think. I don't remember.
Possibly.
Poor guy. He deserved
I don't know
better.
if he's around.
Hey,
for
he
being
did. He
in-
deserved way better. The poor guy.
He went through a lot.
God.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, then we have Rain and Ashley at their tribunal. In this case, it's just Rain's tribunal.
Yeah.
I did think it was funny that they censored his, and I don't know if that was so much
Yeah.
to protect him or if it was like to protect his identity, but more just to avoid the prejudice. If they're like, because
Yeah.
like names hold a lot of weight, and if all these people who already hate Rain are like, yes, his name is Rain of Fire, it's like, oh well, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bernard
it's a bit-
says in chat, Gleistig Glycigwinier killed Doormaker and got his power. So
Ooh.
That's right.
I forgot
Okay,
about
so
that.
then Glastig can just kind of crack
Yeah,
open
where
the
is old
door, figure it
Valkyrie?
out.
Come on.
Oh, that's right, Valkyrie.
she can help
Wait,
out.
no, wait, wasn't Valkyrie there in the city center, like where Nilbog was, and
Ooh,
what's her
she might have
face?
been.
Bonesaw? Aren't they all kind of in the same space, having eyes watching them?
Are we about to get a
I
bunch
mean,
of
maybe we
interludes?
lost.
Is that what our interludes are about to be?
Oh my gosh! You know,
Could be. Eclipse does
I
sound
I
like
think
a
you're
word
on
that
it
would fit
actually.
that.
The eclipsing of worlds? Yeah.
Yes. Oh my god, that's it.
We're figuring it out.
We're on to you.
We can end the
On to you,
podcast
John.
Wildbow, you can only fool us for so many words.
Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, it's bound to happen.
On the 4 millionth word, we've got him.
Got him. We like get him once. We figured
We'll
it out
see.
once out of like 8 billion times, and we're like, ha, take that, John.
Yeah.
First try.
First try.
Yeah, what do you think of the tribunal? That's kind of an interesting system.
Mhm.
I get
Yeah.
it, but all I can think of is that kid on the tribunal who's like, and spoiler alert, it's pretty heinous, dog. It's like, jeez. Who let the fetus on here?
And they
Probably
were
not
Yeah,
that
I mean, that's
young.
pedestal and give
Yeah.
your testimony, dude.
And they were just like
Testimony,
they were just
dude.
deciding whether or not it should go to trial. That's what I was
Yeah.
understanding, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, which, as far as
yeah.
I know, is like,
Is-
what is that called?
In the real world.
Uh,
Like the
yeah,
hearing, pre-hearing.
yeah, I forget what it's called, but yeah,
There's
we have a friend that did that
Deliberation?
basically all summer as an intern.
Yeah.
That their job was to go up and be like, this isn't worth this isn't worth trying. Like, you
pre-trial.
don't really need to do this.
This
know,
this
and-
is a little bit different though, because it feels like it's less like that's more, trying to come to an agreement prior to trial to avoid going to trial. Right? This is more like you did something wrong. Is it worth the time of the court, or should we
We're just gonna lock you in a hole somewhere.
we're just gonna put you in a jail somewhere? Yeah.
Yeah. And you're
a
right.
different
It is like
vibe.
the opposite. Like, is this so heinous we don't even need to try it, or is this something worth our time? As opposed to a lot of those other trial stuff. I don't remember what they're called. Hearings, I guess. Also, is like, does this person need to be, given no bail, and sent to jail, or can they just be out and about and then they'll show up for the actual trial?
Right. Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
And
they did
like,
say-
did we have a deal beforehand? So like,
Right.
hey, did you and the prosecution already talk? And if so, do we even need to do this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because a lot of those cases are specifically like, oh yeah, they take care of their like family member at home, so like they need to not
Right.
be in jail
They
waiting a
can-
trial.
Yeah, they can. Basically, you do still have bail, but bail is put a lot lower, and it's like it's lower, so
You're
you can
trying to
post bail.
negotiate for bail by
Right.
Mhm.
Exactly.
what's happening here, by having character witnesses come up talking about how they are in their community and all that jazz. In this case, though, it's like, hey, do we stick him in a hole or do we
Right.
go to trial?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, which sucks. I did think it was interesting having the one person who came up and was like, after everything I've heard, who was a kid too, which I thought was I thought this was a well-written scene though, of just the kid who was like, hey, everything I've heard, basically this all just sucks. Let's just move on, forgive each other, and try to forget it happened.
The girl.
Everly friend.
The girl,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's yeah.
It's amazing how the kid is the only one who's willing to forgive and be the adult in the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it is a case, of somebody who was in a lose-lose situation where if he opened the door, he gets beaten. If he holds the door, he gets beaten. If
Yeah.
He's under the influence of superpowers, under the influence of cult thinking, which is very powerful. And
Yeah.
Yeah,
but I
his
also get
whole-
it. Like, he did a bad thing,
Right.
Yeah, right.
and he wants to be punished for it. So I kind of get that too.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, and that's a big part of it.
Yeah. And this is one of those things where, like, is this, and I mean, this is a consideration that a lot of stuff should be had, to nowadays, I think. But, like, is putting this guy who's clearly, repentant and all of that, and even if it's like, to whatever degree, is it worth the resources to put this person in a cell somewhere? Or
Right.
is it more beneficial just to let them go because we have so many more bigger fish to fry?
Well, I mean, I
Yeah.
think it's here. I think it's in this chapter where I'm pretty sure it's in this chapter. It might be later where the lady says, one of the ladies who's on the tribunal says, like, we're in dire need for heroes right now.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this discussion of like, well, he's, obviously there's been bad shit that went down, and the truth of what happened at the mall is, finally coming to bear, and we're dealing with that now, especially on the heels of him killing what's his face. I mean, I think she has a lot, like she has her head in the right space of well, we need heroes, because we really do. But I also appreciate that Rain is willing to accept the consequences, whatever they may be. And she even said, I can't remember who it is who says it on the panel, or the jury, whatever, says, well, you have people who are hunting you down. Is incarceration just a way for you to, like, be protected? And Rain's like, no, because it's probably even easier for them to get me if I'm in a jail cell somewhere, because I can't, watch my back, and I can't run, and I don't have my friends there to protect me. So, like, going into prison isn't like trying to find a way out of my current situation. It's me trying to accept the consequences of what I've done and make amends with that, not just with the people and the justice system, but also with himself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. A couple of thoughts in chat. From Bernard, can we talk about how Rain behaved as compared with Swansong or Red Queen? We haven't seen Ashley's tribunal yet, so we can't compare it to that
No.
one, but we have seen a couple of other trials. Briefly,
I mean,
it was described that we saw Amy's and yeah, Canary's is the Amy's is described solely as the like, just kind of how she reacted of like, yeah, I did something wrong, take me to jail. I want to go to the birdcage, which I thought was interesting. In a way, kind of very similar to Rain, and yet obviously we haven't seen Rain post punishment, so to speak, but Rain already feels much more genuine than Amy. Amy's almost felt like, I don't want to go to the birdcage, but I'm afraid of what I'll do if I don't. Whereas Rain is like, no, I've done bad things, have consequences for the bad things I've done.
Yeah, please.
Yeah,
A 2PM
Amy-
that said it was an elephant would be more genuine than
Yeah.
Amy saying that she was, like, repentant.
I mean, well, everything Amy's ever done has always been so selfish. And even by her saying to go to the birdcage, it feels so selfish because she knows her dad's there. Like, she knows she will have his protection. And in this weird, very selfish way, she wouldn't have to interact with Victoria, interact with any of the problems that she has created. It feels incredibly selfish. While Rain is like recognizing and he, like, even him sitting there while these people around him in the courtroom are yelling and screaming and cursing him out, like, he has some humility about it, and some, like, what's the word? Penitentness? I don't know what that word would be.
More
penitent.
penitent. Yeah, repentant.
Yeah, penitent. Yeah, repentant. Like, he knows that these are the consequences, and he's willing to do whatever needs to be done. Like, he's very, like, open to, like, I know what needs to happen and I'm okay with it, as opposed to Amy. Like, it even feels demanding, like, put me in the birdcage, like, okay, whatever. Anyways, I just fucking hate Amy.
Well, yeah, obviously. And no, yeah, definitely not fixing any of the problems that she created, not addressing any of the issues that she's made.
Right.
Leaving Victoria the way she was, all
Yes.
fucked up in brain and body. So yeah, it's Very different. Canaries is like sad and accepting. What's interesting though is how we do see a bit of legal progression, I guess, in a sense, even though, Earth Gimel is, um, there's even though it's in this post-apocalyptic state, with Canary's trial, we saw the judge saying, like, we don't really have a lot of precedent for cases with powers because we don't exactly understand how they work or where the law should draw the line. It's obviously you didn't intentionally tell your ex-boyfriend to go fuck himself and die as a result, but
Still,
that happened.
one of my
Still
favorite
happened.
uses of the power. So good. Totally deserved it.
Yeah.
Mm,
And
mm.
so it's just kind of interesting to kind of see, I guess, a little bit of progression, not much, but just in the sense of we understand you have powers. We understand that there are people with powers hunting you. Let's discuss the ramifications of that. And they even include that in the play of whether or not it should go to trial is like, we're under the influence of powers. How should that affect our view of you? Yeah, so interesting progressions there, I think, as opposed to it's like, well, you did do that to him, so powers or no, you're
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved when he called the girl's friends by name and
Yeah.
was like, she's
Mhm.
like, how do you know that? I see him every night. Oh, that hurt.
Yeah. Because he
So
says it
bad.
twice. He
Yeah.
says, I see it every night in my dreams. And it feels very like, well, yeah, okay. And the second time he says it, it has so much more weight because, like, we all know that he is re-experiencing those memories literally constantly every night. He cannot escape them. But they don't know that. And like they don't know what kind of hell that is going through that every single night. You cannot stop it. You can't just stay up and not sleep. Like your body's going to take you there and you're going to have to relive it anyways. And the fact that he knows, like, he has their faces memorized, like, of course he does. How can you not? Seeing them every day for I don't know how long it's been.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, 7.2.
Yeah,
Well,
was that it? 0.1?
Was that?
Any
I was
other
going to
notes for
say,
0.1?
do we want to talk at all about her conversation with Dr. Darnell?
I mean, that most
I
of
think
that happens
that's
in
more in
7.2.
7.2.
Oh,
Is
did
there
we not?
anything in
Was that?
7.1?
I was going to say, isn't
They meet
7.2 where everything
they meet in
happens?
7.1, but then they actually
Yeah,
sit down and have their first session in 7.2.
Gotcha,
Yeah.
because I have 7.2 as having them say, like the guy say
Oh,
spoiler and stuff for the
you know what?
trial.
We kind of did
So.
jump into 7.2.
I guess we did.
We did kind of
All my
jump into
notes
7.2.
All my notes for
It got mixed
7.2
up.
were just about her and her therapy sessions. So if things bleed together, I think it's fine.
Yeah, because I was going to say, I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
the
we can do
trial
7.2
is
as well.
Oh,
is
yeah.
in
You're right.
7.2
Because it's
and then
yeah,
ends with them
7.2.
meeting.
Yeah, we can
Let's
do
read
a real quick summary for 7.2 then is trial hits a
Go for it.
recess. Victoria meets with her new therapist. She explains what to expect with Capes. Rain has a lot of people against him and one person for him. So we did kind of jump into 7.2
Oh, okay.
Yes,
with
we
the
did.
girl
We did.
in
Yeah.
support. But what about meeting with the therapist, Dr. Darnell? We can talk about that.
Oh. I
My
said
God.
my top note for this is I'm feeling conflicted about this session, which probably means it's a good thing.
I get the sense that Wildbow either does a lot of good research or has worked with therapists before because he writes them very well.
Yeah,
And
I think so too.
and I really appreciated that this new guy didn't feel like a replacement or an antagonist or like only Yamada understands them, nobody
Right.
else can. Like he's just another therapist doing his best, and
Yeah.
I kind of like him.
All I can think of is
Like
there's
him
this
too.
tweet. There's this tweet that became a meme of like, guys, today I said something so dark and shocking to my therapist. He sat in silence. I'm getting close to winning therapy. I can feel it.
Yeah.
And that kind of felt like what Victoria was doing. She's like, no, I
That
need
it
to beat
does.
him. I need
Yeah.
to beat him.
Yeah.
I need
Beat him.
to destroy this man emotionally.
Like, from her perspective, because that's where we're getting it from, I get it. Like, he does feel like a fish out of water almost in this situation.
Yeah.
Like, yes, he's done therapy, but he is slightly out of his depth. So, and it's one of those things where, like, this is the equivalent of, like, a therapist trying to do basic therapy on another therapist almost. And there are special people for that. Like, there
Yeah.
are specifically therapists who are trained to deal with other therapists, to give them therapy. And,
Right.
like,
Yeah.
this is one of those, like, kind of feels like BetterHelp, level of, like, it's their first meeting. I get it, but she'd heard all of this before. She doesn't want to deal with this bullshit. She wants somebody because she values expertise.
Yeah.
She really values
Mhm.
her own expertise. She valued Miss Yamada's expertise when it came to parahumans, and this guy doesn't have that. And
Mhm.
he kind of starts to get that and appeals to the expertise of, like, I've worked with other heroes, people who do put
Yes.
themselves on the line like you do, firefighters and such. So, like, he's trying so hard, and she doesn't give him any leeway for the small things that I think he's,
No.
like, not perfect on. And but the way it's written definitely makes it feel like, yeah, like, it's a competition and, like, I don't know.
No. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
good.
mean, I get it though. The idea of wanting to shock him, to put him off of his game, and to like hit him with the truth of it, and be like, it was, yeah, it was bad. Let me explain to you how fucking bad it was. And like she says, she has this one comment where she talks about um he's talking about like, oh well, everyone is unique though, like everyone's unique to their own troubles and their own problems, but being but that being said, capes are also so distinctly different. And my note here says, even though Victoria says it isn't about elitism, it absolutely is. There's a certain amount of responsibility and consequence that she says Jessica Yamada understood. And I also think that the same goes for anyone who's wearing a uniform or who stands in a place of power. You're looked up to, you're feared, you have all this power, and you have the responsibility of using it, well. And when things go badly, it's like, the higher you are, the farther the fall in the same way. But like, I don't know. It's funny because when Victoria is like feeling these emotions of like, I'm getting frustrated with him, I'm wanting to challenge his mentality, like his understanding of like how bad things were for me, because he's just going off what he has of her, file wise, of like what's in her file, what does he know on paper about her, that this thought of like, you don't get it because you don't, like, you weren't there. Miss Yamada was there. She saw it. She saw me in my worst place. And the frustration that she had, it was so funny reading this, because I was totally with her and then also totally with him. Like, they are both in this space. And that's why I was so conflicted, because I wasn't totally on her side or totally on his side. That moment where she just is like, says it all out there, it hits so hard. And we're going to get to her description in a second, because we get a lot. She tells us a lot of information. But this, because like, I've been there. I've been in a session with a therapist trying to explain something and being like, you don't, like, I'm trying to tell you and you're nodding, but you're not getting, like, I know you're not getting what I'm trying to say. And I feel like I have to go to an extreme to get you to understand what I'm trying to say. And it's like, it's not until you finally hit something, or someone, they sit back and it's like, oh, finally, okay, good, now we can start somewhere, because you understand what I'm trying to say here. And like, holy shit, that hit hard. Ooh.
Yeah, and I think it's, if you've ever gone through trying to find the right therapist, doing session 1 like 3 or 4 times is really difficult.
The worst.
And having I can understand with Victoria there's a bit of time limit to it, right? She's like, I don't have time to sit down, we get to know you, slowly unravel my problem. I just want to
Yeah.
dump it all out on the table again as we have time for. And Miss Yamada understood that because she knows I'm busy. Life is tough. I don't have time, Dr. Darnell. You're very nice, but I don't have time to slowly warm you up in life. So
You're clipping
here it
out a
all is.
lot, Nick.
Am I? Uh-oh. I wonder if
I
it's
got
an
a lot near
internet
the
thing.
end.
I
But
think it is a lag / computer / internet thing
Probably.
on his end.
I'll turn off the YouTube chat. Maybe that'll help.
Maybe you should ingest the mic. And it'll pick up everything.
Oh.
We were getting most of what you're saying.
Yeah.
But yeah,
yes,
just
we
this
did,
idea
we
of,
did catch most of it.
she doesn't have the time in the sit and slowly unravel her problems. She needs to have somebody who understands deeply and can get right into it and get into the mess of it, or is too scared to challenge it and walks away. And that's what she needs to know from session 1.
Yeah.
She doesn't have the luxury of waiting 4 sessions to find out you're not a good fit for me. I'll find a new therapist.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
Yeah. And I think there is a point that she does bring up when talking to him is like, this group needs therapy, not just because for their own sake of like, this is something that's mentally healthy for them, yada yada, but like they pose somebody here poses a real danger that Miss Yamada was worried about. And the chances are whatever goes on with them chain reacts into this group and like potentially, the results of whatever this this chain reaction within this group leads to something nuclear. Like another portal opening situation, but because of somebody in this therapy group. And so like it's beyond like, well, every person's special and different and has their own unique things to like this is an actual like societal danger that you should be worried about. Like it's the idea that, you want to treat people like people, but also you need to kind of treat these people like bombs.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Like a normal person has a bad day, they start drinking again, they accidentally drive a car into somebody else. Like these people have a bad day, they kill a lot of people. Like I'll go Sveta. Sveta has a bad day, her one bad day, and she's on a light post and she just snaps everybody in the like crosswalk's neck. Like
Mm-hmm.
and then she spirals from there. Like
Right.
it's
Yeah.
yeah.
Because all of these characters would have a domino effect with whatever it is that happens. Like if they were to snap, to crash out, there would be a domino effect with them and with the rest of the group. Like we saw it a little bit with Swan Song or with Damsel, that she kind of lost it and everyone went, okay. And I think she handled it the best way that she could by turning herself into Gilpatrick, staying out of the fighting as best she could. Like, and I think that was best case scenario in terms of, and the team is breaking up, after that situation. So like, that is, if that's the best case scenario, what are we looking at for worst case scenario here?
Yeah.
Well, we've kind of seen some worst case scenarios, so we know what those are like.
We really have.
Yeah.
Ah!
And then we get to Not So Certain's question. Do you think Victoria wants help right now?
No, I think her unreliable narrator side is she doesn't actually want help. She's gonna pretend like she does because Jessica told her to go get some and to talk to somebody. But I think that's part of this gold as well, as almost it's sort of that it's a bad comparison maybe, but you know that stupid trope of like the girl who's like, well, I'm gonna totally ignore this guy, and if he really loves me, he'll keep pursuing me. Is kind and like
mean
then she's like,
trope.
why am I alone? Why am I alone? And
Yeah.
you know,
Yes.
it, it is like with Victoria, it's like I'm gonna shock this therapist so bad and see if he wants to help me. And then a
I'm
year
gonna
down the
test
line,
his
she's like,
love.
why will no therapist work with me? You know,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know. Maybe there's a
Yeah.
bit
No,
of that.
I
in there.
think it's
No, I think you're
definitely
right.
that. I mean, because I think this goes back to something one of you guys said 2 weeks ago or last podcast session about how we were talking about which of the group is like the problem kid that Yamada was worried about, yada
Mhm.
yada, and then maybe it's none of them. Maybe it was actually Victoria that she was worried about, and brought her in to sort of help therapy her through this group, and sort of kind of doing it in a kind of a roundabout way.
The
And I think
equivalent
about
of
that
like
a lot.
telling her to get an animal so that she can take care of
Yeah,
it. So it gives her a reason
exactly,
to keep going.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Except
And I
she
think about
needed
that
a
a
whole
lot.
team.
Yeah, where she's in obviously in desperate need of therapy, and doesn't think she needs it, but clearly does. But puts on the facade that like, oh yeah, sure, you go to therapy for Yamada's sake and all of that. But
Yeah.
no, I think
Yeah.
I think you're right on the money.
Well, 7.3.
I want to continue on
Oh.
something else
I was
Oh,
gonna say
sorry,
we.
7.2. You
Hannah
guys had
wants
a
to
couple
talk
other things
about.
you wanted to say.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead,
Yeah.
Hannah.
All right. um. I think I've said this before. My notes are always just bullet points. My bullet points are as follows. Oh my god. Holy shit. Am I even human anymore? As close, and then the quote, as close to normal as she could. Shock and awe to make her point that my experience is nowhere near as bad as anyone else's. And it gutted me too. And we need to talk about what Victoria's questioning here of, is she even human anymore? I feel like we need to talk about this for a little bit. So we knew, I mean, I knew, I'll say me, I knew, like factually, because I've read it, that Amy freaking dumpster dove to build up whatever the fuck cocoon she made for Victoria.
Mm-hmm.
Stray cats, rats, bugs. Sorry. But for Victoria to be so aware of it, no. For Amy to literally be telling her this as she's, fixing her face or whatever. And for Victoria to wonder if she can even be a donor, because she doesn't even.
Mm-hmm.
Am I even human anymore? Like, to feel so removed. And so much of this has been. So much of this of Ward has been her trying to feel normal again, or feel herself, and trying to understand what that means, and fighting with the wretch, and fighting with this like image of who she used to be, and even with the way that the wretch and her force field works, of it, like it includes what you think of as yourself. The fact that the wretch is still there means that in Victoria's mind, she still is the wretch. She isn't human anymore. And here, more so than ever, Victoria does not, it's clear to me, or sort of clear, Victoria does not see herself as human.
Mm.
And it feels like she's just desperately pretending. And that is like so raw of a moment there. It just, oh man, it just fucking killed me. And I have a note here, my last note about this. It makes me think that maybe the only person who might have understood Victoria was Noelle. Of this idea of being once human and being turned into this monstrous thing that you have no control over, that you have no real autonomy anymore, and that, like, the story ends differently for Victoria, obviously. The Victoria at least appears human. But, like, that idea of appearances versus how you see yourself.
Definitely parallels there.
One of the central themes of Ward, I think we've talked about, has been identity, right? We've talked about that question as well in relation to how shards interact with people, and what is me and what is the piece of the entity inside of me? What is was I always this angry, or is something inside of me here? As we saw with Snag and his sort of realization, like, as he's dying, like, oh, I can finally let go of this. What if, that was his shard dying first, and then he finally could feel clearly again? And so, yeah, that whole theme of identity and who am I, what is me, and is this really me causing this, or is this something outside of me forcing me to do it? And that all sort of comes into play deeply here with Victoria. Like you said, yeah, it's a very, very heavy, tragic thing that we finally get to see her more openly admit, both feeling monstrous, I think, both in body, but also in emotion as well. Probably there's a lack of trust of her own emotion. Amy tells her, hey, I fixed your feelings, you're fine, but who's to say if, like, she has romantic feelings for somebody? How does she know that those are genuine and not going to become problematic? Who's to say if she actually sees Amy again face to face, what could happen? Obviously, there's anger from what she did, but is there also something else there lurking beneath the surface that Amy never really fixed? It's all these questions about what's controlling you, who are you, what are you, that I think are really poignantly written here. Yeah, like you said. It's a good thought.
As Fran points out, not even Svet. I was thinking about this. The Case 53s are like kind of close to that, but even Sveta can't fully relate because Sveta doesn't really remember life before being a Case 53. It's sort of a perpetual thing for her, and it is still dealing with the fact that she knows in theory that she was human and that there was something taken away from her. And it's a very real feeling. But for
Victoria?
For Victoria, sorry, I'm reading chat and doing this at the same time. For Victoria, she was human, and then also has the shard that makes her parahuman. But then her body gets scrambled with everything. And like Nick was talking about, not only are we talking about self, but we were also talking about self in terms of autonomy, and I think of just volition, will, what's pulling the strings. And at one point in time, it was Amy pulling the strings. It's her mom pulling the strings on her life. It's it's all the people that were taking care of her, kind of making all the decisions for her when she was the wretch. Decisions are being made over her head that she that to get her ousted from her nice job that she had in the beginning of the story. Like, those are decisions made outside of her. And then we get to just thinking, like, all the things, like, are her actions her actions? Are they part of the shard? Are they part of the wretch? Does how does that work? In this in between shard and her? what's making the decisions, who's making the decisions. And I realize there's a lot of just talking about what Nick already said, but um,
Yeah.
I thinking about that, what makes herself. And right now we're addressing physiology, what makes up her DNA.
Right.
Like I said, her mother, is also this weird social sphere of things that make up her, and she's trying to distance herself a little bit from that. Um, and her dad and her cousin, like all of those make up her social surroundings, and those are also in such flux. Um, this team that she was just starting with kind of falling apart. Like, in that regards, you always have this. There's the saying, "Who you hang around with, in the next 5 years, going to be like the medium point of all of those people." And she doesn't even have that. She is socially kind of in wretch mode, and it also makes me think about how you get treated in terms of like Case 53 has always got the raw end of the deal, and parahumans are obviously not on the popular side, particularly right now. And we start off the story with her being put in a no-win situation and losing her job, and you know, uh, because of her ability, who she is. And I've got to imagine that just cascades into one another with the
Mhm.
like, I'm already a monster. I can't even get a real job because of what I am. Like I
Yeah.
can't even have that. I can't go to school. I want to go to school, but I can't. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, she's just for all
Yeah.
her super strength, it feels like she's got the world on her shoulders, just with everything stacked against her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Two last thoughts on it. First, it all comes back to the ship of Theseus. All these great philosophical conversations
Mm.
about identity.
Yeah.
Always a great compare,
Ship of
especially
Theseus.
literally with her. Ship
Every
of
ship
Theseus.
is
If anyone,
possible.
very quickly, if nobody doesn't, yes,
Is
every
that
ship. even
when Theseus
is
can be
possible.
shipped with anybody else in the
Yes,
story?
that's what I was
Exactly. Yeah.
wondering as well.
Exactly.
Okay, that's what I was thinking it was.
Yes, the ship of Theseus. If you don't know what it is, look it up. It's a really mind, just like thought. But then also like all this conversation, had Taylor and Victoria met under different, to paraphrase Aang from Avatar, if Victoria and Taylor had met under different circumstances, I bet they could have, in the sense of relating on stuff like post Gold Morning Victoria and pre Kepri Taylor. Like I
Mhm.
Yeah.
think just the whole thing of like, I want to do the right thing. Nobody's helping me do the right thing. Victoria on one hand is like, well, I'm going to try to abide by the law. Taylor's like, well, fuck the police. I'm going to do it my own way. But I think they have a lot of similar thoughts about like not feeling appreciated, not having an identity.
Yeah.
And they're also both probably blind to a little bit unreliable as a narrator and a bit blind how much value they actually have. So,
Yeah, I think so.
yeah, good,
I do.
good section.
Yeah, I was in all of this. I think it's really interesting how similar, or how everybody in this therapy group, they're all dealing with this sort of absence of autonomy in different ways. So like
Mm.
Ashley being a clone, she's not the true self. Tristan and
Mm.
Byron are no longer individuals. Sveta doesn't have a body. Rain dealing with the fallen being in his mind literally at all times. And so, and like Chris, backstory unknown, but power suggests that there's some sort of disconnect between his emotional state and himself. And then who
Yeah,
knows? With
his
Kenzie.
body's literally falling apart sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And Kenzie's not real, so we'll get there. But
Kenzie
yeah.
sees the world. I mean, Kenzie sees the world through a lens.
Yeah,
You know.
all very very similar in their
Mm.
traumas. It's kind of interesting.
Oh man, Wildboat does it again.
What a group. I don't know if Hannah crying is a square in bingo tonight, but it definitely hit that one, I think.
Bro, Hannah crying on podcast should be
was.
the free square. Let's be
It's the
honest.
free square.
I cry a lot.
Yep.
I'll let
Anyways,
you know when we get a bingo.
7.3. 7.3. The group encounters a group of looters. Civic dissent spreads. The group meets with Ashley, who's probably going to prison, so they help her pack up her apartment, which she offers to Vic. To start this, to go from the front to back of starting this therapy session to Chris giving Tristan a hard time for not knowing how to drive is like some
Love
great
it.
emotional whiplash.
Love it. Oh, it's so good.
Oh,
It does my poor little crying heart good because I need
Yeah.
that. I need a little bit of a chuckle after bawling my eyes out. So
Yeah.
haha.
Yeah.
Chris does it again. It's coming through. Yeah.
I don't
comedic-
remember liking Chris this much the first couple times I read this.
So good.
And
So funny. I love
I realize
it.
now,
Also,
like, nah, he's a little shit, but in the best way.
I
Yeah,
love
he-
Tristan more and more. Like I can't
Yeah.
help it. I
See, I
love
still
they're
don't
great.
feel that for Tristan, but
I love
definitely
him.
feeling it for Chris.
No, Chris's line, and I feel like this fits you to a T, Alan. Sometimes is a compliments are a supply and demand thing. Chris. You give them out for nothing. They aren't.
Okay,
Here's
but
the
I
thing.
used to
That is
believe
Alan. That
I
is
used to
Alan.
Yeah.
believe that.
You
in
used to be
college.
more that way. You used to be much more that way.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
no,
That's
you're
what. Like I read
100%
that and I was
correct.
like, did Alan write this? That's
Where
him.
is Alan in the room with us right now? Like, what the hell?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
yeah.
So, yeah, like definitely during college time in particular, I was like, if you got it was like, and it was great because it was one of those things where like, yeah, if you got a compliment from Alan, you're like, wow, thanks, Alan.
Okay, no. The day that I knew that Alan and I were like maybe gonna like have a future as friends was when he was like, it was after Christmas break and we were all in the quad and he like put his arms out and he was like, "Hey Hannah," and I was like, I get a hug from, well, Cheshire, but I get a hug from Alan. Like, are you kidding me right now? Because the man didn't give hugs.
He only
didn't
hugs
dole
me.
out
Yeah.
compliments.
Only hugs me
That's right.
He only
Only
hugs
Michael.
people.
every day.
Michael come up and be like, "Yo, where my
Every
hug
day.
at?" And I'm like, "Sorry, bro. I didn't mean to not, you know,
I didn't mean to not hug you.
give
Did
you
I?
this, yeah, to let
Yeah.
you hang like that."
Yep.
Don't you know, Michael? You just walk up to a bro and hug him. You don't need consent, Chris.
Yep.
Yeah.
You also clipped when you said consent, so it's just
Yeah,
even
It was
better.
just cut.
so much worse.
So good.
Also in chat, going back a little bit, Bernard saying about Kenzie is mainly shard. We did talk about that in a couple previous things about how like
Yeah.
when you're younger, are
Yeah.
people who did trigger early, mainly um,
Valkyrie.
Riley, aka Bonesaw,
Yeah, Riley,
and
Glastic
Gwenye,
Wenye.
Yep.
Yep.
both really struggle with the separation between
Church and
who
state.
they are and who their shard is. And Kenzie doesn't seem to have as much of a problem, Fran, to your point, but that is true. Like, the shard does
Yeah.
grow with you, which also, if we think about how Glastig Wenye, like, gets shards and why they look like they're people, like when she
Mhm.
pulls the
Mhm.
shadow out, I've got to imagine that that is the equivalent of like the person and the shard have grown together, and so there is a lasting like shadow imprint on the shard, so that when they die and the shard is removed, it still has
Mm-hmm.
person,
Yeah.
like personality almost, if you will,
Right.
Yeah,
because of the
exactly.
person. And in this case, like I wonder if the younger you are and then you get Glastig Wenyade, if that shard has more personality than a person who got it for like 6 months and then died.
Sure.
Maybe.
Hmm.
Yeah. Interesting thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, some. Yeah, it's very
Well,
interesting.
These poor rioters. Like I get it. You got no powers. Portals are
Oh, the
being
looters.
blown
Yeah.
up everywhere.
Yeah.
You've got so little to live for, I'm sure. But man, you just wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's funny? The irony of that too is like Kenzie's so proud. She's like, "We stopped some loot today," and Victoria's like, "And five other groups got away across as we." That's like,
Yeah.
yeah, they were just the ones in the wrong place and at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Victoria, she even says that, right? She's like, "Sorry, guys, it's just luck of the draw.
Mm-hmm.
You're here."
Yeah.
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 And
Me and my team happened to be coming by.
Yeah.
yeah, this is another one of those cases where I talk about that Ward is much more emotionally driven as a story, and it shows why it's important because she rolls up, she has to convince this group of people to like leave, and or to not attack or do whatever, and she has the emotion power and the like aura, literal and metaphorical, to be like,
Or
hey,
farming.
there are more of them, but come on, get out of here. And I think somebody throws like a bottle or some brick or something, just kind of bounces off, and they're like, oh shit,
Yeah.
we shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
My bad, we'll leave. Like,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
they
very
very
much
well,
so.
like, it would have been so easy for that group to rush them. It really
Yeah.
would have. But this goes to
Yeah.
show like why the emotional side of the fight is like important, because
Yeah.
as a hero, as
Yeah.
one person, you could literally get out and be like, everybody get the fuck out of here.
Listen, you send out the member with the intimidate skill first to cut the attack power of all your defending Pokemon, and and
Yeah,
then it makes it an easier fight.
Listen.
No,
So,
that's
yeah.
crazy. You take your level 83 Blastoise, which is the only
Oh my
Pokemon you've ever
God.
leveled up, and you use Hydro Pump every time.
Did you pump your way through the Elite Four, you might say?
I did. Thank you very much. Look, 5-year-old me couldn't, for some reason, not even reading the Pokemon instructions, okay? No idea. I used to bop my way blindly through
Yeah,
Moonstone
yeah.
Cave. No light. No
Did
TM
not get
light.
flashes.
Never got flash. No. And I
Yeah.
would like just press buttons for 30 minutes and then I was on the other side.
Yeah, that's
impressive.
one way to play the game.
The
No
Who
wrong
cares
Vic
about
is,
anything but the starter Pokemon?
Yeah, exactly.
Vic is asking, how would Taylor handle this situation?
Is there a child
Oh,
nearby
a
and a
weird-
handgun?
Where are the bullet
more broken bones. Yeah.
A lot
Yeah.
more.
We
Well,
know how Taylor
a
handled
lot
this.
more
She
bug bites.
bit
Yeah,
people. Yeah, where's
Yeah.
she's
bug,
broken up a
baton,
group of
bullet
fighters.
answer
She
killer?
bit people. Went up
Yeah.
and chomped them.
No, don't you
Yeah,
remember when she first like jumped into her territory and people were getting all like rioty, the members of the drug gang, and she fucked them up. She sent a
She
message.
fucked them up
Like, I think
hard.
that's the thing. That's the way Taylor would handle it, though, right? If she didn't
Yeah.
that many people, she'd be like, I'll find the one person who's biggest, the strongest, and looks like the leader, and then everybody else runs. And this
You
Yeah.
cut out
Taylor-
that last
Taylor-
bit.
Yeah, you
Nick.
cut out.
everybody else
And
runs.
then she'll, and then everybody else runs.
She picks
we,
the
we,
biggest and
we filled in
baddest,
the
and
blanks.
I am wondering, Nick, the only thing that's different is you have a different filter on your screen. You're blurring
Yeah.
your
he's
background.
got laundry behind him. He doesn't want us to look at his laundry.
And
That's true.
I do
That is
want to do a
Unfolded
test.
blankies.
Do a test later and see if that is actually why, because I
Later.
have
Later
a
we'll see.
theory.
It is. It is. I can notice my camera clipping a little bit sometimes. It's just my computer, guys. It's on its last leg.
That's what I mean. Your
Um,
computer
It's
can't handle the
time.
blurry
Is
background.
Is this where Patreon
Can't handle the
money
blurry
gets to
background.
go to buying Nick a
Maybe.
new laptop that
Just
works?
anything
Maybe.
else.
Anything better
Literally.
than this? Y'all
Literally.
don't even know. It is. Y'all
It's
don't
rough.
even know.
I want you to know that my computer has been plugged in this entire time. And you might think, oh, if it's been plugged in, it's probably charged all the way, right? Nope, it's not charging. The plug maintains the current battery level while I'm recording you guys.
Mm.
It only
Wow.
charges if it's in sleep mode.
Yeah,
Yep.
2+. I was gonna also ask that. Nick, can you just turn off your noise suppression so that it's just an open mic?
I don't think it's that. I
Oh,
think
good
if it's visually glitching for him, it's literally a processing issue on how much his.
Gotcha. Because I was gonna
It's
say,
just
because I haven't
processing.
had any visual
Yeah.
glitches from Nick. I've only had
No, but if he's
him
seeing them, I
clipping.
mean, yeah,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
then it's just.
Yeah, I mean, I see it from you guys as well. About from, so I'm assuming it's a combination.
All right.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that you
Computer,
clipped in the middle of
I
that.
clicked
too,
out in the
so.
middle of that explanation. I didn't even hear what it was. I didn't even hear what it was.
Hey, you know what?
Yeah.
It is what
Um,
it is.
When you do come through, it's loud and clear. So
Yeah.
Yeah. When it's working.
Vic,
great.
starting with you, get the Brockton Bay Book Club credit card.
yeah.
Reminds me of my
Dangerous.
favorite, the end of the whatever Tunnel Trouble G.I. Joe animated episode, in which the Queen of England gives the Joes her special premium, platinum card, and Scarlet, of course, goes, "Well, I know my favorite cheer after Go Joe is Charge."
Wow.
Oh my gosh, that's funny, clever.
The
Also,
nerdum.
Also, Bernard doesn't use Flash either, so you're apparently not alone, Alan.
And you know what? Yes. And I will say something and this might not be the case for you, Bernard. I don't want to dissuade that at all. But for those of you who know, back in the day on Gen 1 Pokemon, it is a black screen. That is it. There is no indication. There's just you bonking around on a black screen. In later games, there's like a little aura of light that you have. It's still not great, but you can see things that are directly in front of you. And so like, man, I used to just not use Flash because I couldn't read, and then later I didn't use Flash because I thought it was weakness.
Anna's gonna strangle herself with her headphones.
Gonna
cord.
die. Enough.
Anyways,
Yeah.
Okay, so
is your laptop a microwave from 2002 asking for 2+?
yes, yes, it is.
Might as well be.
Basically, I've had the laptop since late college, which it's now going on like 10 years. So,
Wow,
yeah,
way
probably
to
time.
age us, Nick. Thanks.
Damn.
Thanks.
They knew we were old. They didn't know we were
No
that
problem.
old. Jesus.
No, I mean, if you can't
There's
look at me
two
and Michael
bald
and know that
dudes
we're
in
old,
here.
then-
Yeah, what are you talking about?
If you can't
Hey,
look
you
at
guys
Jacob's
shave
eyes
your
and see
heads,
the
come on.
weathered years of watching too many bad movies, then
Yeah.
yeah. So getting to Ashley's apartment. Okay, speaking of being human, Ashley's got some risque art up in her apartment that I thought was
fucking
fascinating.
love her apartment
And
so much.
and what? So this is a weird comparison, but I want you to bear with me because you were talking about the whole like, am I human? Right? If you haven't read The Metamorphosis by Kafka, very weird short little story about a guy who wakes up and discovers he's turned into a cockroach. Like a giant, he's just a giant cockroach.
Mhm.
No
great.
explanation. It's there. But it's all about him trying to grasp his humanity as bits are taken away from him. And one of the last things that he, like, before his family takes it away from him, that he's like holding on to is like a porn magazine, basically. And there's almost this feeling of like Ashley putting up this art, trying to feel something, not because she's like, I like this and this is my style, but like, people say this is subversive and interesting, gay. I'm gonna buy it and put it in my apartment and see if I feel anything.
Yeah.
Accurate.
I don't know.
Accurate.
I don't know. But it also
I
just
love
fits with
that.
her too. Like she's the
Yeah.
edgelord of the group. Like it's just,
Yeah.
Yes.
it is what it's great.
Absolutely. I love that. I think my favorite piece of artwork, other than the bookshelves, because the bookshelves sound fucking amazing. Love those.
Mhm.
My favorite piece of artwork is definitely the horse and rider. And the horse just ripping off the rider's head, I guess.
Yeah.
I
It's so weird.
love that so much. So much. I want that artwork. I don't know where I'd put it. Not up on my walls, but
Is there fan art of the art?
God,
you know,
I would
gosh,
love
I
all of
hope
it.
there is. I hope there is.
Need to find
Yeah.
that.
I love all the black, white, and red. Like, ooh.
Love it. Alan's a sucker for
Bold
black, white,
colors.
and red. Yeah. Alan just likes red.
No, not just red. Splashes of red. I'm not a huge red fan.
He likes red and purple. The red and purple boy.
Okay, we've had this discussion. First off, red and purple. Second, I had to explain this before, that red and purple is a color scheme that I came up with as a kid that I would love to have seen on something. I knew it was a bad color scheme. Like, it's a really hard to get to work together. But as like a life challenge, I really want to see it succeed in some way. And there are examples out there. I have run into clothing. I'm like, oh my gosh, red and purple. One example, I wear red shorts with just all purple sambas with Brockton Bay Book Club, red and purple. And it's a really great outfit.
I love that your background is red and purple right now. Like the light.
Shit.
Got the solid bisexual lighting back there. I love it.
Oh my god. I'll never beat the allegations.
It's true.
I don't know about contempt, Your Honor, but I'd love to be held.
We gotta keep going.
You have to fill the void with a little something. There's only 4 chapters.
Right?
That stupid joke.
No,
man.
it's great. I love
Anything you
it.
say in
For
court,
those of you
Shannon
who
will
haven't
be held
seen me,
against
like, for that whole, like, Your Honor, you weren't even fucking there. Those bits on
Your Honor, you weren't there.
TikTok.
Oh, it's so
Your Honor,
funny.
yo, Your Honor, where my hug at?
Have you seen the court transcripts? The lawyer who reads the iconic court transcripts. Those are great. Look them up. They're all over the place.
I should.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
They're hilarious.
Oh, all right.
We get probably the first genuinely nice thing that we've seen Ashley do, which is, offer Victoria her apartment. Not the first, but one of the first, out of
It's pretty
nowhere,
nice.
out of the blue, kind of like, hey, you need an apartment? Take mine. Just do it.
Yeah, the 180 that
Yeah.
Ashley's made since the old blast is very interesting. It's like a
The Bob Blast.
completely different character. Yeah. Yeah, totally different. Just
This does
polar
feel like
opposite.
Ashley has been, for the rest of this time, even on the subway and stuff, in the act mode. So, like, this really does feel like you're saying, like, this is Ashley in the off time, finally,
Mhm.
kind of.
And you know what? You know what won me a point with Ashley? Maybe above all else. She says something to the effect of, I've committed the Cardinals. I've invited you. Packed yet. And I'm like,
And
dang right.
to fill in
clipped
what
out
Nick
most
said,
of
because
that,
he
Nick,
clipped
but-
out, is I've committed
No.
the cardinal sin. I've invited you over to help me move, and I haven't even packed yet.
Yeah.
Let's talk
I'm
about
fucking-
this for a second.
I'm
For
deceased.
those of you who, if you're ever going to move, it's okay to ask your friends. You're not going to be an imposition on them. They love
100%.
to help you.
They want to.
However, in
However.
order to do that, you have to do your part, which is pack your shit. Put it in
Pack your
boxes,
shit!
label it. You don't have to move it. It can sit in the room as long as you've organized it. I don't
Yeah.
know where you want to put your shit before and after. My job is to do the heavy lifting, to put it into the van that I brought, to move to your place, and then you're going to unpack all that stuff.
Well,
Because
we're
you
gonna
know where
unload it
you
into
want
your
it.
house.
I don't know where you want it. And
Exactly.
we're just going to be sitting around twiddling thumbs. Well, you sit on the bed and I go, where does this go? And you go, in that box. I go, cool. Where does this go? You know, we're not playing this sorting game.
Pack
Do
your
that
shit.
before they come
Pack
over.
your shit.
Pack your shit.
As you
Alan and
might
I
have
will
noticed,
fly
feel
to
like-
wherever you are to help you move, as long as you pack
For a
your
price.
shit before we get there.
For a price.
For a price.
You
Yeah, I
may
had to-
notice, I feel like I've fingered some trauma here.
Oh no, no,
It,
Nick.
Is that how you're going to phrase it?
Rephrase
Please
that. Yeah.
don't.
Yep.
Oh.
And if you didn't before, you did now. So thank you.
Yeah. No problem.
Also, as Bernard put out, or is not so certain put out, Magneto colors, purple and red.
Oh, he is purple.
And as we all know, Magneto is absolutely dripped the fuck out. So,
and
Oh,
you
well.
grew up in Germany. So,
well,
What? Oh, he is in purple and red.
let's stop there, Nick.
You
While
just
we're ahead.
jogged an awful memory. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's great. Any more in
Bananas.
7.3 before we move to 7.4?
Her baller bookshelves, the fact that Jasper?
Yeah, Jester.
Ja-
Yeah,
Jester.
Jasper.
Jester.
it's Jasper.
Jester is there. Love that.
Jasper is there.
I love
He's
that
there,
she...
and he really wants to be there.
Yeah. Every ship is possible. Okay.
Every ship is
I
possible.
love it. I love it so much. I love that
First
she has
out,
tea.
All
and
things
she
through
brews
Christ,
it
all things are
correctly.
possible. Write that down.
Write that down.
I love it. I love her tea. I love
He
her
wants her
cookies.
to be
I
the
love her
damsel
dark.
in these pants, maybe. What?
Oh no, Nick! Oh my god, this is an unhinged podcast episode. I'm not gonna lie.
This is why
Yeah,
we need to read
unfortunately.
more, so we don't have
Sorry.
time to do
We
all
don't
this.
have time to fuck around.
Well,
If
we
you
gotta
like
move fast.
if
You've
you like
given
to
us too
watch
much
videos
leisure
of us
time.
fucking around, you should become a patron. We've got a lot of us just dicking around, having a good time. So
I'm not gonna
Straight
lie, I
up.
have an idea for a video. It's not gonna happen next week, but maybe I'll just record it in the off time that I want to record. That's just me ranting about what's really been fun to watch recently.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
there you go.
That's
I'd watch
content.
it.
just
I'd watch it.
ranting
That's
videos.
content.
I'd
That's
watch
great.
it.
All right. Anything else for 7.3?
She's got great taste in chocolate.
Truly. All right, 7.4. Victoria encounters a protest, runs into Brandish, who thinks team therapy is still together, receives a motherly pep talk, and much character development shown. So this is the short one, kind of wrapping it all up. And yeah, I mean, still not a Carol fan, but at least she is showing progress towards being a better person.
Yeah, she wasn't a massive
Raging.
bitch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Insert derogatory adjective here.
Cunt, I believe, is what came to mind for me. So
That is what
Yeah.
came to mind when I heard Carol. I immediately substituted it for cunt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which makes this all the worse.
Yep.
Because
Thank you.
she's actually talking some good shit,
Yeah.
and I don't want to give that to her.
No,
Yeah.
I feel
you know,
conflicted and I don't like it.
Yeah.
I like it when I hate things and I'm right.
Don't make Carol a
wink, wink.
nuanced character,
I
John.
don't
Yeah.
want
God damn
to
it,
be,
John.
yeah. I don't want this
Sometimes
to
we
be
just want our villains. Give it to me straight.
Give me this. Just give me this.
bad
'Cause the
is bad.
Yeah.
yeah.
Listen,
The conflict that
Dolores
I feel in...
Umbridge didn't get a redemption arc for a reason.
Exactly. Thank you very much.
Oh
That
my
is-
gosh. As Fran put, someone pointed
Absolutely.
out to me on Reddit that New Wave managed to make all of their kids trigger, which is something they succeeded at where even Heartbreaker failed.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Wow.
Dang.
Damn.
Well,
Oh,
To which
What were you
Vic
gonna say, Hannah?
replied, Family
Oh.
Breaker?
oh,
Jeez.
power level
Oh.
Family Breaker 9.
That's fantastic.
wow.
Oh,
I was gonna
What were you
say
saying, Hannah? Sorry.
yeah, no, it's
cat
okay.
on screen.
I feel there's also one earlier. I feel like when I get character conflict where I'm like, oh, I don't. It's usually good. Like the therapy conversation was phenomenal. Very conflicted. Very not sure whose side because they're both kind of right. They're both kind of wrong. Like loved that conflict. Phenomenal. Brandish. No. Brandish doesn't get to be the good mom here. She doesn't get, and it upsets me Here's the thing. This is so obnoxious. John, why do you write characters so well? First, how dare you? Second, she's I cannot read her advice without just hearing it in this condescending tone. And when Victoria's like, "Oh yeah, it's kind of been nice just talking to you, Mom," I'm like, "No, don't fall for it, Victoria. It's a lie. It's a facade. She's a bitch." Like she even says, "Ugh, whatever. No, we're not even gonna. I'm just gonna get angrier. We're not gonna."
No.
Stop
This
there.
is one of those cases where I feel like there's some quantum effect going on. Where like I had a roommate who would suggest things to me, and because he suggested them, I would immediately not watch that. I'd be like in my head, "Well, never gonna see that again." And then later on, somebody else would suggest it, and I'd go, "Oh, that's a great idea," and then I'd go watch it and be like, "Wow, this was really good." So the show was both terrible because they suggested it, and also really good because somebody else suggested it, and
Yeah.
they existed in that quantum state where it was
Valid.
like both
Yeah.
matter and wave at the same time. And I think
Yeah.
that exists here, where like
Valid.
if immediately she turns around and Dr. Darnell says verbatim what Carol just said, it's 100% correct. But because Carol
Right.
said it,
Fucker.
she's wrong.
So
She's wrong and-
what I'm getting is in this chapter, Brandish was a Kenzie projection.
Yeah.
Is that what this was? This was just
Yeah.
a Kenzie projection to help
We've
her
got to
friend.
figure out some way.
There you go.
There must have been a shifter
Yeah.
changer.
Yeah.
They were in a
Exactly.
breaker state.
Stranger protocols in effect.
Yeah, choose to ignore that.
You know what it
For
is?
sure.
You know what it is? It's a different personality. She is only called Brandish in this arc.
Oh my god.
Brandish
Sa.
is a good person.
Brandish.
I actually do like
It's
that
the
take.
I like how you're thinking.
Agreed.
And she
It-
even
it-
says
I
that
like
she
it.
likes her mom in her superhero mode more than
Yeah.
she likes in her mom mode. She said that
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, she does. I mean, she says it here. She says it in this
Yeah.
chapter. But like seeing her mom in this, very hero role is the role where she excels at. Like this is where she does well. And like her little comment to the other cape that's there with her when she's like, "Oh, don't worry. She's been a cape a long time." Like it's fun and she's cool and she knows things and she's a great cape and we trust her. And it's like, but we don't. Like we don't. Like we know that she's
Mhm.
not to be trusted. But in this moment, she's Brandish. And that somehow is
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it works.
No,
I
that's the
hate it.
secret. When she triggered, she actually has a breaker state that contains her alternate personality, and that is a good mom, and that's actually part of her ability is to give good advice. So, I think from now on, Carol's still a bitch, but Brandish gets a pass as a great hero
Brandish.
until proven otherwise.
I mean, yeah. I
think
mean,
she gets a
in
pass,
Brandish's
but-
defense, she's done a lot of good. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
she's
Carol,
Brandish
though?
has done a lot of good things. Carol, however,
yeah,
Carol's a lawyer.
Carol.
yeah.
Carol is
forget
a
that.
lawyer.
I did like how
She's-
she was like, "So, mom, you prosecuting my friend? Is
Yeah.
that you?"
Yeah.
And she'd be
Oh,
like, "No,
cool.
no."
You gotta
Oh, you part of that? You
Yeah.
part of that, Mom?
Brandish. We'll just say one nice thing about Brandish and one thing. Brandish has a soul.
Mm.
Hannah, you say something nice about Brandish.
No. I refuse.
Brandish, for instance,
to.
Brandish
Her costume
Oh, wait.
is a
sounds
good mom.
snazzy.
How about this? How about this? Get fucked.
Michael,
Wow.
Michael, roll the clip of Alan and Jacob saying Brandish is a
It's
Oh,
saying,
you
what?
clipped
Are
out.
you-
Mo-
you
all
clipped
of that kept out.
No.
Roll
all
the
that-
clip, then.
Brandish
Who
is.
knows what
I
clip
was
this
trying to
is?
say.
Oh, wait,
roll the-
wait, hold
roll
on.
the clip.
Can I guess? Is it
Wait.
Brandish as a MILF?
Yeah, of you and Jacob
Oh
saying Brandish is a
my
MILF.
You have to
God.
join the
Carol,
Patreon for that.
Oh, here we go. I've already
Yeah.
got the meme. If I can make it before the patrons do, it's the fucking Drake meme. It's the Carol
Yeah.
Brandish
Oh my god.
There you go.
Please tell me everybody wasn't thinking about that, like with Eidolon, where like in costume it's like Eidolon, but it's like out of costume, like HR.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
No.
He kind of does look
Damn.
like the guy in the second panel of that comic too.
Yeah.
He really does, poor guy.
Oh
Did,
gosh.
I guess. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Did. Yeah.
I don't think there were any pieces left over.
Oh
Oh
no.
my gosh.
He said rest in peace, not rest in pieces.
I don't even think there
Aw.
was that. I think there's nothing of matter
No,
left.
Yeah.
There was nothing left.
Just rest,
I'd
buddy.
like to believe that in this
Just
world
rest.
there's so much like parallel universes and whatever. They don't need heaven and hell. They just like, yeah, man, it's too complicated here. When you die, you finally get to like not exist anymore. Because holy shit,
Please,
this shit
as
is
if-
bonkers.
As if that wouldn't give Wildbow a chance to systematize heaven and hell and the rest of the
Yeah.
afterlife. He's got it written out. Like he's got
Give him
that's
an
the thing.
inch.
He has the correct version of heaven too. It's one of those like, oh, the correct answer was actually Mormonism. Like
Yeah.
he has that all plotted out, but nobody in the universe knows. What
It's
the
like
correct
I mean, I
answer
could
for
see,
getting to
see
heaven
that.
is.
Sleeper already has his own planet. So
in the
Right?
I keep thinking of the pilot
Oh,
episode of the
This is a
Good Place.
Twilight thing where we start looking back and we realize, like, turns out John Sizzle McCrizzle is actually very Mormon.
It's all Mormon
Yeah,
code.
yeah.
what were you saying, Jacob?
No, just in the pilot episode of the Good Place, where they're like, it's like, is this like, were we right about heaven and hell? I mean, everybody was a little close. Nobody really got it except for forget the kid's name. It's like except for Fred, who got 98% of heaven correct when he got super stoned one night. It's like that's Wildbow. Everyone's got
Yeah.
it close except for
Yeah.
one guy, Wildbow.
Just
Nailed
one
it.
guy. John.
Yeah.
John just got it, man.
Oh, I love how we've been just throwing casually the big J out.
Look, here's the thing. We know his
Feels more
name.
personal.
Look, he's
It does.
also look.
He's our friend
he
at
knows.
this point.
John, you know, you have a free spot on this podcast anytime. In fact, we would love it if you ever
Yeah, we'd-
wanted to,
We'll give it to you.
pop
We'll
in and
step
say
out.
hello.
We don't even have to
We'll
talk.
go.
I'll give this right now, and I've said it before. We don't even have to talk about any of this bullshit. If we just want to talk about
Oh.
writing, I will
Yeah,
Yeah,
listen
right.
Holy
and
shit.
hear your
We'd love
opinions
to
on
pick your
writing
brain
and media
about
all day.
characters. No. I just want to talk about what makes a good villain, and I want to hear you talk for an hour or 2 or 5 about what makes a good villain and writing good villains. That's the shit I want to know because I'm obsessed.
Mm.
John,
Mhm.
Great.
please.
No,
Open-
maybe we can
open it.
convince
Everyone-
him to do
John,
open a writing
John,
course or
John.
something.
Oh my
Right.
god, that
Uh,
man is so
be
busy.
great.
He is so
Yeah.
busy.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of shit going on. but-
Between writing 5,000 words a day or whatever it
Ah,
is he's up
Jesus
to.
Christ.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Um,
Yeah.
Yeah, but what does
All
he do
right,
with his
well,
other 11 hours?
yeah. Well, we've already heard.
That he's a
was reading
slow
recently,
writer.
He's a slow writer. In fact, given the word count, I
crazy to
think
me.
we talked about that he writes at like half the speed of a normal person.
That is crazy.
Because I think
Son
the
of a-
average
Of
speed
average,
is
not
500 words per half hour, which is 1 page per half hour, 2 pages per hour, and he writes at
500 an hour.
500 words per
Impressive
hour.
he's kept at it then so long. That's amazing.
I
Crazy.
know, and
It's-
that's
it's
without
crazy
editing
impressive.
and stuff. He said that's just like
Yeah.
sitting down and typing.
This is
Wow.
amazing. We're in
Yeah,
awe
that's
constantly. Please come on the podcast. Please. Please.
Alrighty.
Fran
Well,
says that we
I
should do a
think that wraps it all
podcast.
up.
Do a podcast with him about his incomplete goblin romance story named Poke. Is that a real thing?
I don't know if that's true, but if it is,
I
Did
would
he
love
write
that.
a goblin
I
romance?
I'm
would
absolutely in, and I
love
will.
that
I will
shit.
finish it if he needs me to.
Oh
I
my
was gonna say if that
gosh.
exists somewhere. We'll put a pause on Ward and do a podcast on that for a minute.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
come
Wild
back.
Bow in the
No.
Discord of the Brockton Bay Book Club.
Poke,
Probably
Poke
not.
is a collection of short stories set in the other verse, showing the practitioner,
Flip it
man,
out.
and goblin
Or you
deity.
Flipping
flipped
out,
for
Nick.
that.
Poke is a collection
Right.
of short stories
Yep.
set in the other verse,
Uh-huh.
showing the
Ah.
romantic relationship of a practitioner, Ben, and a
Oh.
goblin, Dee Dee.
Oh,
Hmm.
This is
Aw.
from Pact.
Wow.
hell yeah.
Oof.
Very interesting.
Yes,
Also,
please. And thank you.
man,
Yes?
Pact Goblin Romance Rule 34. And enter.
No!
Oh,
Oh
gosh.
no. Oh, we've lost him.
All right. Anything else?
Kinky.
Nice.
I just
Anything
wanted
else
to press
that we were
a
talking about in
button.
7.4 if we want to move into the end of this?
I think we could wrap it up.
Yeah.
We really
Um,
didn't have any powers here.
No new
Let's
favorite
just give
powers.
any person or anything that you want to give a shout out to.
Oh, I can't remember his name.
Dr.
The
Darnell.
guy. No. The guy in point 4 that's like walks up to Victoria. And he's
Ambrosius.
like, Ambrosius. And he's like, whoa there. You gotta be careful using your emotion powers in a crowd. That man. The gall of that man. I aspire to have that kind of confidence. Walk up to Victoria Dallin in front of her mother and to be like, whoa there, young Padawan. Like, that just tickled me pink. I loved it way too much. Oh, I take it back, actually. Favorite power moment. Not a power, really. Favorite Tinker moment. When they're all dealing with the looters, and Victoria looks back at the van, and Kenzie's standing on top of the van, and inside Chris is tied up with Kenzie's like hook and whatever, and he's just like,
Yeah.
Yeah. That was good.
That's great.
Yeah,
for a moment. It was
the
so
car driving
good.
moment was great. Yeah,
So
7.3 was
great.
probably one of the highlights of just being overall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once
Good
again,
chapter.
proving that like some of the best shit is them literally driving in
Just
traffic.
sticking around, having a
Like,
good time, being together.
Which were some of
Love
the
it.
best chapters in Worm.
Yeah.
Just driving around a car.
Was.
So,
All right.
pee.
With that being said, next week, not next week,
Nope.
2 weeks
yeah,
from
you
now.
always say that. There we go.
Yeah, 2 weeks from now, next episode that we're doing, we will have
Yes.
done the Eclipse interludes, which will constitute, let me look at them, about 52,000 words. There are 8
Oh.
chapters, so we're back
Huh.
in the reading territory again.
Not bad.
I'm
August-
curious.
August 5th, guys. By the way, 2 weeks
August
from-
Yep,
5th.
August 5th.
Thank
2
you.
weeks from today.
I am curious, what you think could possibly warrant interludes here.
I mean,
I mean,
I
I
think
didn't
we-
have a
I think
theory
we-
until
Yeah.
earlier.
I think,
but I
was
do
it
like-
Nick
I
who
like
said
the
it, or was it
idea.
you, Jacob?
It was me. Give me credit.
I that's why I asked. Here's the thing.
Yeah, no, I
here's the thing.
like the
Appreciate
idea.
Jacob has
confused.
great ideas. Jacob should
I
talk
just appreciate
more.
that you confused Jacob
Oh,
with
good.
me and my ideas. So
I mean, you guys
Yeah.
both have excellent ideas. You are the other
Let's hear the
2
idea.
people on this podcast.
Now we'll leave it in suspense.
not according to AI,
if-
apparently.
That's right.
Yeah.
AI says that Nick doesn't exist.
Nick is not here. No, I like the
Taylor
idea
and Kat,
of the
but no
interludes being a look at perhaps a few people who got caught in this blast and are now betwixt realms, as it were. Is my idea. So we'll see.
I like that. Any other theories?
No,
It
I
could
think that's the best
possibly.
one.
I mean, I honestly think that's the best one, and I really hope that that's what it is, because I'm not ready to give up Miss Yamada. As you guys know, last episode I definitely said this. I'm not convinced that she's dead until I see the pieces, or until we are confirmed. I'm not gonna believe that she's dead yet. She's too good of a therapist.
And
for us to
even
lose her.
then, we might be directly told if there's a chance she's in a cabin.
Yeah, in a cabin with Brian.
Listen.
I really believe it.
She's in the cabin with Brian. Ah, okay.
She's in
And
the
Cozy.
cabin with Brian, giving him
Look.
therapy.
Wow.
Look, I think another possibility for the interludes could be some of the thought process behind or the impacts of the portals getting blown up. We get a little bit more of the like villain's lair of like, haha, we succeeded on some of our plan. What shall we do now? Like kind of that side of it, possibly. Or a look into some of the other threats that are happening. A lot of the interludes we've gotten so far have been in relating to the wider threats, the robot army, the mayoral race, and what's going on with impending war. I would love an Undersiders set. I wouldn't be upset about that at all. I'd love to know what Tattletale is thinking. As things are getting, portals are getting blown up and squished together. Honestly, I don't think I've ever read an interlude that I disliked. Wait, that's not true.
Yeah.
I didn't really like what's his faces, but honestly, I all the interludes are usually just bangers, so I'm excited. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Ready.
The only other tertiary theory I'll throw out there, just in case it happens right, is that Eclipse could go back to post Gold Morning and fill in some of the gaps of what happened after, sort of leading
That would
us to
be
the point where we are now.
very cool. I would take that too. That'd be very
There
interesting.
are 8
I
interludes.
don't think that's as
so
likely. Yeah.
There's plenty
I don't
of
think that's as likely, but
Yeah.
yeah, you never know. Yeah, and there are 8, so it could be piecemeal.
Right.
Never know.
Right. I'm excited.
Mhm.
Cool.
No bingos tonight, huh? Too short?
No bingos tonight. We
well,
we have had very little. I'll tell you them though. We only did a 3x3 grid this time. It was Hannah cries, Jacob compares something to a movie, Victoria being a judgy bitch, hate for Dr. Darnell, cat on camera, Alan rants, Michael pulls the group back on topic, Nick goes full English teacher, and morning Miss Yamada.
We got most
We had
of
a few of
those.
those.
Technically,
I feel
I
like
had
we-
Michael pulled this back on camera, cat on camera, or back on topic, cat on camera, and Victoria being a judgy bitch would have warranted me a bingo.
I think
Yeah, Alan
you ranted as well. I feel like
definitely.
surely
Yeah, Alan
ranted.
ranted.
happened.
I
Alan
marked
did-
that. I marked it, some of the stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's
You
what
just
got
didn't
me
get
a
any
bingo was
bingos.
those three.
We
Nobody
didn't
got it.
we didn't get a Jacob relate something to a movie tonight. I don't think.
I did relate something to The Good Place, which is television, so close.
You know.
Oh, you know what? That should count.
Yeah.
It's close enough.
That should count.
That
Does that give
tastes,
someone a
yeah.
bingo?
Fine.
Leave it up. Give it to the.
It gives me
TV
a
or-
double bingo. But
Nice.
yeah.
Let's go.
Yes. 2+ we had cat on camera a couple times.
Yeah, we did.
Um,
Nice.
Yeah.
It was Bunty, the gray
um,
one.
Yeah. She's actually been sitting right here off camera in this little bowl-shaped cat tower thing right here this whole time, and then got up finally and did stuff. So she's been just off camera. But yeah, we will see everybody. We talked about maybe not Tuesday. We said maybe we have to change this next one up to Wednesday. So that'll be the 6th of
Oh, okay.
August.
6th
Got
of
it.
August.
So to correct ourselves,
Okay,
we
sorry.
will be doing Wednesday 2 weeks from now. So we have scheduling. So 6th of August.
6th.
We will be doing
Interludes,
that,
Eclipse.
and we'll be doing the Eclipse interludes. Just those 8. So that'll be fun and exciting to see if everything turns out the way however it happens. Yeah, so that'll be fun. As always, join us on Patreon. We have a lot of extra content there. We're working on making more, and yeah.
We gotta play a
thank
song,
you all
don't we?
for being here in chat. Oh, you're right. Thank you all in chat for being here as well. We appreciate you and all the patrons who
Yeah.
support us. And Michael, hit us with that sick music.
Join the Patreon, please come on and join the Patreon. Why don't you just join the Patreon? Come support us and join the Patreon. Please help us and join the Patreon. We have fun, join the Patreon. It's great, yeah, join the Patreon. Why don't you just join the Patreon? Come on, come on.
Oh, darling. I hate that you only see me every 2 weeks. Join the Patreon so we can be together forever.
Yeah. Let's go.
Hey, There
We'll
we
see
go.
you on the 6th. Thanks, guys.
hey.
Night, everybody.
Bye.
And they said we couldn't be
Peace.
done. We couldn't fill it with 4 chapters for 2 hours.
Bye.